Right now at 6, local Democrats react to President Biden's endorsement of Kamala Harris for president.
And what Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson has to say about Harris's presidential bid.
Watching WKDT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown. We're learning more about a Juneau County crash that left one person dead Wednesday morning. 52-year-old Derek Schaefer of Pennsylvania is charged with intoxicated vehicular homicide, operating without a driver's license, and possession of THC. According to the criminal complaint, Schaefer was driving himself and a friend on I-90-94 East early Wednesday morning when he crossed both lanes of traffic and rolled several times into a ditch. State troopers found a woman dead at the scene and marijuana and open liquor near the car. A Juneau County judge has set a $10,000 cash bond.
An Eau Claire man is in custody following an investigation by the West Central Drug Task Force. According to the criminal complaint, 32-year-old James Schaefer sold an informant more than 87 grams of meth over 2 controlled buys. Schaefer is charged with 2 felony counts of delivery of methamphetamine and 1 count of maintaining a drug trafficking place. He's also charged with 2 counts of felony bail jumping for 2 open drug cases in Chippewa County. Schaefer is currently in custody at the Eau Claire County Jail after refusing to sign a $5,000 signature bond with conditions.
A former volunteer wrestling coach accused of sex crimes is bound over for trial. 18-year-old Brock Connolly is charged with 8 felonies, including child sexual exploitation and possession of child pornography. According to a criminal complaint, Connolly was a volunteer wrestling coach for Sparta High School, which he graduated from in 2023. In January, Connolly allegedly solicited nude photos from a 14-year-old female who was involved with the team. He also allegedly sent nude photos of himself to the victim. In Monroe County Court today, a judge found probable cause to continue and bound the defendant over for trial. Connolly is currently out on a $5,000 signature bond. His next court date is November 25th.
Vernon County Sheriff Roy Torgerson is stressing the importance of child passenger safety after a head-on crash in the town of Wheatland Friday. In a release this morning, the sheriff says 2 cars collided on South Warman Road, just south of State Highway 82. A 60-year-old man was driving to the left of center when he hit an oncoming car with a 3-year-old passenger. Torgerson says the 3-year-old was in a properly sized, fitted, and installed child restraint and suffered only minor injuries. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, child safety seats can reduce fatal injury by 71% for infants under a year-old and by 54% for toddlers 1 to 4 in passenger cars. 2 are dead after a plane crash near Oshkosh earlier today. According to the Winnebago County Sheriff's Office, the crash occurred shortly before 1 o'clock this afternoon in a farm field south of Oshkosh. This crash comes as Oshkosh holds its annual air show, EAA Air Venture. The festival is attended by more than 500,000 aviation enthusiasts every year. Further details about the crash, including the identities of the victims, have not yet been released. The National Transportation Safety Board says that incident is under investigation.
Well, not a bad start to the work week. We still got some unsettled weather that we had through the weekend, but overall a lot of areas remain dry. Temperatures overall pretty good too, kind of stagnant air. We do have a little bit of smoke or haze out there. There's the activity to the north of us right now, along with the front further north. That is what's providing at least a more concentrated area of showers and thunderstorms up to the north of closer to Ladysmith area, with a stronger storm, actually severe storm, coming through the Minneapolis area right now. Overall, this line is beginning to progress southward, but it's struggling to hold afloat as it comes through. So overall, what we're expecting throughout this evening is it will continue to kind of fall apart as it pushes through Eau Claire, probably between 8 to 9, and then we'll see how much really remains as it gets closer to La Crosse, probably after 10, closer to midnight. But as you see there, not much is expected, but still you might see a shower storm later this evening and continuing overnight. But overall, temperature-wise, we're getting back down to 70 degrees with that chance for La Crosse later, closer to 11 if we see a storm or a shower. Eau Claire has that chance a little bit earlier, between probably about 8 to about 10. Overall, we'll see conditions there. As we go throughout the night, we see a few showers, but we have another round potentially tomorrow. But the good news is we have some dry and quiet conditions for an extended period here coming up, and we'll kind of break that down a bit later.
Oh, well, that sounds good. Thank you, Greg.
President Joe Biden is endorsing his VP Kamala Harris for president after announcing this weekend he would not seek re-election.
News 8 Now's Allison Fergit met with local Democrats about their handling this abrupt transition. Good evening, Allison.
Ken and Emily, the next 3.5 months will be crucial in the lead up to the presidential election, and local Democrats are having to refocus their efforts if they want to see the Badger State go blue this November. With the presidential election now spun on its head following Joe Biden dropping out, some local Democrats say they're having to slow down their efforts to connect with voters as they wait for more information. But others are moving full steam ahead and are advocating for Vice President Kamala Harris right away.
All of these things that Biden accomplished, we still get to talk about because Harris is a part of that ticket.
And as many Democrats unite around Harris, they're confident that despite the late start, she can still win Wisconsin. Garcia is one of our regional DNC delegates. He says he'll be supporting Harris at the convention this August. Ken and Emily?
Allison, thank you very much. Wisconsin's Democratic Party chairman says 89 of the state's 95 delegates will already be supporting Vice President Harris at the DNC.
Since the announcement of her bid for the White House, Vice President Kamala Harris has appeared to fend off any challengers for the Democratic nomination.
She welcomed NCAA champions to the White House in her public event since President Biden announced he was ending his re-election bid.
Joe Biden's legacy of accomplishment over the past 3 years is unmatched in modern history.
Harris is inheriting Biden's campaign team and met with staff members in Delaware today. Potential rivals have said they do not plan to challenge Harris for the nomination, including independent West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin. Harris says she wants to earn the nomination and has been working the phones to line up delegates and raise money. The campaign says it's taken more than $80 million in its first 24 hours.
Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson is set to welcome Harris tomorrow as she makes a campaign stop in Milwaukee. Johnson says he's not surprised to see his party rally to Harris. He says the party's support for her says President Biden got it right when nominating her as VP 4 years ago.
That's what the vice president's job is to step in and serve as the president. And we are all blessed because of Joe Biden's forthright decision in selecting Kamala Harris. That's, I think, why you see so many Democrats coalescing around her within 24 hours of her candidacy.
Johnson is also one of Wisconsin's delegates for next month's DNC in Chicago and has endorsed Harris.
The Wafer Food Pantry is asking the community for help with donations. The facility's new location is drawing an increase of traffic since opening last year. And with plenty of kids still on summer break, demand for food has risen significantly as many families rely on school programs for meals. Wafer is currently in need of non-perishable food items such as peanut butter and breakfast cereal. Food donations can be dropped off Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 12:45 p.m. and from 4 to 7:30 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Monetary donations can also be made at waferlacrosse.org. We'll have a link and a list of the items that are needed on our digital platforms.
A Ho-Chunk Nation back-to-school bash is providing for the needs of Native American students. The event held at Three Rivers House in La Crosse from 3 to 6. To qualify, students had to be between the ages of 3 and 18 and at least 1/4 Native American. Eligible students received backpacks and school supplies along with some traditional foods to snack on. One of the organizers says a lot of hard work goes into the event, but it's all worth it to put a smile on the faces of those kids in need.
Honestly, seeing these kids' faces when they get new backpacks with Avengers or, Under Armour is probably worth all the time and effort because it's just fantastic to see. We just want our kids to be happy.
The Ho-Chunk Nation Education Department and Youth Services Division hosted the back-to-school bash.
Serving up second chances.
After the break, a local business is offering employment to those in recovery.
At By Goffin Rohde, we know reputation is important, and it can affect your case's outcome. If you want your case to be taken seriously, you need lawyers who are taken seriously. By Goffin Rohde, serious injuries need serious lawyers.
After long-standing efforts from Wisconsin Senator Tammy Baldwin, 3 of the 4 biggest pharmaceutical companies say they're going to start capping the prices of their inhalers.
They used to charge families like ours $600 a month for an inhaler, even though they cost less than $5 to make. So Tammy Baldwin fought the drug companies and she won. Now Hadley's inhaler costs $35 and we're breathing easier.
I'm Tammy Baldwin. I approve this message. I don't work for the drug companies. I work for you.
Car Seat Safety Check is an opportunity for parents or caregivers to come and work with a child passenger safety technician. Car seats can be really confusing, deciphering what the manual says, and so a CPST can help you kind of navigate that. We will be at Maury's in Onalaska at the Audi dealership. People can come have their car seat checked by a certified technician. We can answer any questions that they might have and help with the installation of those seats.
Everyone deserves the fastest, most reliable internet speeds, regardless of where they live. That's why Spectrum offers the fastest speeds in more neighborhoods than any other provider.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month. Call 1-833-376-4999.
With Spectrum Internet, you can power all of your devices to enjoy streaming, video chatting, and gaming. I rely on Spectrum Internet. You should too. Call now.
Is your personal injury lawyer trying to sell you a settlement that you don't think is fair? You need a lawyer who won't settle your case just to move on to the next one. Get the full compensation you deserve. Get Bygoff and Rohde.
At the Good Bean in La Crosse, every cup of coffee comes with a side of second chances.
This local cafe is hiring people in recovery, turning baristas into success stories. Our own Alexandra Carter stopped by the Good Bean to learn more.
Not hard to make, so there you go.
The Good Bean is serving up fresh starts, one espresso shot at a time.
Adults who are in recovery can come and work at the Good Bean and learn some employment skills, vocational skills, customer service, some of that food prep handling, basically being a barista.
Almond milk lovers and oat milk lovers.
The Vark Run coffee shop, located inside the Cooley Recovery Center, isn't just serving caffeine, it's brewing a recipe for lasting sobriety.
We don't want anybody permanently employed here. We want them to come in, learn what they need to learn, do what they got to do, and when they're comfortable, to move on and better themselves.
For people in recovery, a steady job can be the grounds for a new life, something Supervisor Chad Ravens knows firsthand.
This is the first job I've had in quite some time that I actually feel like I'm fulfilled, that I'm actually doing something to better the world. Okay.
But the Good Bean isn't just about employment. It's about building a community that supports recovery one day at a time.
That one's yours. Now we got a Frappuccino. It gives people the motivation to stay sober one more day, to be able to come in and to just live that one more day. That one more day can turn into 2 more days. That one more day can turn into 2 more weeks. It could turn into a lifetime of recovery, and really that's the goal here.
Regular customers like Rick Kapp and Ken Golnick come for the coffee but stay for the connections.
Does good things for the community.
For Rick, who's also in recovery, the cafe's mission hits close to home.
It's hard to get a job when you're in early recovery. You already got a bunch of stuff on your plate, and now you still have to make a living, so it's kind of nice that they can come here, work, and still be around recovery people.
Ta-da! No problem, ladies. No problem.
Now, if you're interested in becoming a barista at the Good Bean, we have a link to contact Vark on our website, news8000.com.
And if you want to support the Good Bean, you can stop by for a cup of Starbucks coffee Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. until 1:30 in the afternoon.
And why not? Who doesn't love a good new coffee shop?
That's right. Good story from Alexandra.
Yeah.
Well, J.D. Vance kicking off campaign season in his home state of Ohio.
Find out what he has to say about his plans for his vice presidency after the break.
And although we have some showers and storms tonight, and for your Tuesday, we're looking at a fantastic period of weather for the second half of the work week. We'll break down what the temperatures look like and what the following weekend also looks like. That coming up on your First One weather update after the break.
It's a lot quieter around here than it used to be. I'm Rebecca Cook. When I was growing up, this farm was bustling. Holsteins, hired hands, harvesting crops. But big corporations put family farms like mine out of business. And what has Derek Van Orden done? Nothing. Tax cuts for big ag, rising healthcare costs, undermining our democracy, extremism. We need real working people in Washington. And that's why I approve this message.
It's Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Rewards Member Appreciation Event. While we offer unbeatable deals every day, now through July 31st, we're showing extra appreciation to our rewards members with exclusive deals. Like 40-pound bags of Blaine's Black Oil Sunflower Seeds, $17.99. Rewards members save an extra $2. 15% off assorted Hopkins oil change wrenches, drain pans, and funnels. Rewards members save 20%. Not a rewards member? Sign up at checkout or online. Don't miss our Rewards Member Appreciation Event going on now.
Are you finding bathing and bathroom business has gotten more difficult? Bad hips, bad knees can pose a problem. Just getting up and down can be risky. There is a simple, affordable solution. In just a day or two, you can have a beautiful new walk-in shower, safe and easy to care for with grab bars, a handheld shower, and a seat if you like. Set an appointment with one of our designers to plan your new bath. Better products at lower prices because we care. The Board Store.
The Make It Ford Summer Sales Event is on. So make it your best summer ever with Ford. Get your ideal combination of power and capability. And experience hands-free highway driving technology with Ford Blue Cruise, available on select vehicles. It's the Make It Ford Summer Sales Event, so make it yours. Make it now. Get 0% financing for 36 months plus $0 first payment plus no payments for 90 days on a 2024 Ford F-150, only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
T-Mobile coverage in my area is wonderful.
We have 8 acres, and it gives you peace of mind to know that you're going to have a reliable signal.
We enjoy hiking. We enjoy the outdoors. The coverage has been great.
And after investing billions to light up our network from big cities to small towns, T-Mobile is America's largest and fastest 5G network. See for yourself. Try T-Mobile's network free for 3 months. Your phone, our network, no strings.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
Republican vice presidential nominee J.D. Vance hosted his first solo campaign event 1 week after being tapped as former President Trump's running mate.
Vance took center stage in his hometown of Middletown in the key battleground state of Ohio. The Republican senator took aim at Vice President Harris following this weekend's Democratic shakeup.
I was told I was going to get to debate Kamala Harris, and now President Trump's going to get to debate her. I will fight every single day to restore an America that works for Americans. I will fight for policies that lower the costs of your groceries, lower the costs of your housing, make life more affordable, not less affordable as it has been under the Democrats.
And another theme that he touched on during his address at the RNC, he once again made clear to supporters that he would never forget where he came from.
Well, nice and warm one it was today. Definitely is feeling more and more like July, basically. And it looks like we're even going to be getting even higher in temps, Greg, almost hitting 90 later this week.
Yeah, the good news until we get there, we're definitely going to have good conditions, but we are going to see the heat come back, which is typical. We're going to be entering the first week of August here pretty soon, but we have the storms tonight and Tuesday and a lot of hit and miss. A lot of areas will just see nothing probably through Tuesday. Mostly sunny, very pleasant for the second half of the work week, and these conditions then go on beyond that. As we look at hazards throughout for the next 7 days, the heat is going to remain to the west, northern plains, Intermountain West up there. We're going to stay not under the heat dome quite yet, but we're going to get a taste of it here later, probably in the weekend. Showers and storms tonight, more tomorrow, maybe showers tomorrow, then an uptick, I think, in activity come Tuesday evening. Once again, very hit and miss. I think coverage won't be that great. Hazy skies, you notice that outside through the weekend, at least as you look up, it's kind of a haze, and that's due to the smoke from wildfires in Canada and actually some all the way through Oregon, too. Overall, here's this line that continues to kind of hold together a little bit, but also fall apart and kind of split in two areas. That is what's going to track into our area overnight, but it's a matter of how much can remain itself as it goes throughout the evening. Right now, we're seeing some showers, thunderstorms will come through probably between about 8 to 10 for Eau Claire. A lot of hit-miss activity. And it continues to fall apart, and if it does reach the I-90 corridor, which will be probably closer to 11, maybe there afterwards, it's probably going to be a lot more showers than actually thunderstorms. So light rain amounts as it comes through. It'll kind of stall out just south of La Crosse probably overnight. Most of the rest of the north area will probably see quiet conditions and then just some cloud cover here and there. As you wake up tomorrow morning, still a little bit of a shower activity along I-90 and further south, but most of the morning commute for all the areas will probably be dry. We'll start seeing more of the activity in southwest Wisconsin in the morning hours, and then we'll start seeing a little bit more activity as the main cold front, which is well to the north, will begin to push to the southwest. As you can see, the winds begin to turn around to the north, and even then, it's not a lot of activity, and it's centered I-90 and further south. Further north, probably even some sunshine maybe in the afternoon hours, and then towards the evening, kind of the same picture. Further south you go, better shot for some showers and storms. Further north, less in the way of activity, and in fact, probably some clearing skies. And then as we go into Tuesday night into Wednesday, definitely going to see more clouds. But overall, big picture is you're going to wake up with clouds Wednesday, and that'll be it for the clouds. We might see a couple days of just straight sunshine overall as high pressure settles in overhead through Thursday and even into Friday, and that'll be pleasant conditions too, so we're not seeing any of that. Unfortunately, we do have some smoke in the air. The haze conditions will continue, but I think we'll see some improvement as we get closer to Wednesday. This won't affect air quality. It'll just mean a hazy sky. Some good sunsets if we do get the clouds out of the way, and then we'll probably see better conditions as we go to Thursday. We do have some heat coming back, but it's not till maybe the late in the weekend. Right now, the better shot is further to the west that they're going to see the conditions. But for tomorrow, a lot of hit and miss showers, upper 70s for most of the area. We're not expecting to see conditions really vary too much for low to mid 70s. Wednesday, drying out, and then we remain dry and sunny and pretty much clear or close to it through at least Saturday, with temperatures finally getting close to average, which is about 86 this time of year. And then, yeah, the heat and humidity start to creep back in as we go late Sunday through early next week, which is, once again, we should see some of that. So you really can't complain about these conditions being the end of July to early August, because we could really be hot and just sticky.
Oh, yeah.
No
so
kidding.
This week is pretty solid.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, the Pack is back. Day one of training camp underway from Green Bay. A lot of bicycles and a lot of new faces in the locker room. Plus, some old ones as well. Jacob and Cade will have an update after this.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
Drug companies are making record profits while our families struggle. As a state lawmaker, I've passed bills to cut prescription drug costs. I'm Katrina Shanklin, and I approve this message because in Congress, I'll work with anyone to negotiate lower drug prices.
What kind of a loan officer do you think you deserve? I know that's a very tough question to answer. Here's what I think. I think you deserve a loan officer that is willing to look you in the eye before you take on a lot of debt and say, are you sure? If that's what you're looking for in a lender, call Firefighters Credit Union today.
Everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or get $3,500 purchase cash on select GMC Sierra models. Or get a total of $6,000 purchase allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Visit your Best Choice GMC dealer today.
The savings are sizzling with items under $3 all week long at Hy-Vee. That's right, under $3. Get fresh meat for the grill and the freshest produce around for under $3. Cool down with sweet treats the whole family will love for under $3. Pack your pantry and save on staples for under $3. Get these great deals and more all week long, only at Hy-Vee.
Would you hire a barber who's never cut hair before? So why send someone to Congress who's never held public office and never passed a single bill? I'm Katrina Shankland. I approve this message because we need an experienced congresswoman. Right, Jed?
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports.
Welcome to News 8 Now Sports. I'm Cade Overton. Green Bay Packers training camp started back up today, and it was a good one. News 8 Now Sports Director Jacob Lenzendorf made the trip to Green Bay and has an update.
Well, another Packers season is underway as the first day of training camp is in the books, and expectations have returned to being high, but some new faces are looking to make an impact quick. But before we get to practice, a tradition like no other. Always fun seeing the monsters of men heading to practice on small bikes and scooters. No Jordan Love practicing today, as Brian Gutekunst announced he wouldn't take part until a deal gets done, but he was in attendance with his guys having some fun. Josh Jacobs is a new face that fans will be getting used to cheering on, and he said it was a special first day with an atmosphere like no other.
Yeah, it was dope, man. I rode the bike for the first time just to see all the people out, you know, all the kids and all of that type of things. Just see the people standing outside, even though, you know, the stadium was full. So it's definitely a different experience. It's definitely something that I got to get used to, but it's been fun.
Also on the offensive side of the ball, first-round draft pick Jordan Morgan got his first taste of training camp action, and he feels ready to go.
You're going out there and seeing all the bikes and the kids, and you see the stuff on TV and all that. So, I mean, being out there in person is so surreal, and it's fun.
Green Bay's second-round pick, Javon Bullard, who's a hard-hitting safety out of Georgia, is eager to make an early impact and establish himself as a player to watch on that defensive side of the ball.
It's definitely important to me. You know, like I said, I want to play, you know, and wherever the coaches see that be fit, that's on them, you know, but I'm trying to put my best foot forward to put myself in a position to, you know what I'm saying, feed my family and to make this team successful.
And one of the guys up front who will look to plug some holes and put some pressure on quarterbacks got paid yesterday. Kenny Clark will continue to represent the green and gold, and he's happy to be a Packer for the foreseeable future.
I mean, I kind of grew up here, became a man here, and, you know, this town, the people here, everybody just welcomed me with open arms, and you know, from the jump, you know, so I'm super appreciative, and you know, I got to just keep putting in the work.
So day one of the 79th edition of Packers training camp is in the books. Excitement is high around Titletown as this bunch will look to improve upon an NFC divisional round loss from 1 year ago. In Green Bay, Jacob Lenzendorf, News 8 Now Sports.
And we'll have more on training camp throughout the week, but for now, that's all for sports. We'll be right back.
Chart your career with a welding position at Chart Industries. Do you have a year or more of welding experience? Starting wages up to $35 per hour. We have the job for you. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
Are you ready for a red-hot summer? At King Furniture, our prices are... Get your choice of these quality Jackson sets for $11.99. Need something more custom? Check out these 5 England sets for just $14.98. Available in your choice of over 100 fabrics. And in your home in just 30 days. Need a new recliner for Dad? We have hundreds of recliners all on sale and in stock. Get into King Furniture while the prices are...
Your mom got a new tractor? Yep. Can she see in the dark? Can do. Hook up all the implements? Can do. Steer with ease? Can do. Bale hay all day? Can do. Shift like a race car? Can do. I'm out of here.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships in Menominee, Baldwin, Osseo, and Arcadia.
Chart your career with a welding position at Chart Industries. Do you have a year or more of welding experience? Starting wages up to $35 per hour. We have the job for you. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
All right, we could have some showers coming through here later for La Crosse, probably closer to midnight. Really hit and miss. I think a lot of areas will remain dry. A little bit earlier for Eau Claire, probably between about 9 to 11. Once again, a lot of areas will probably remain dry, but that threat continues through tomorrow afternoon. And the rest of the forecast for the rest of the week looks absolutely fantastic.
Looks good.
Good week for football.
Oh, yeah. Good to see the Pack back in action. Thanks for joining us at 6.
We'll see you at 10.